DMS was getting on him so hard, boy.
It says, "These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High." You got something?
Yeah, I have a precept to build upon what Apostle Ronald brought out. This is St. John, chapter 17, verse 9. Yahushua said, and if you have a red letter edition Bible, this will be in red, right? It says, "I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them." And that right here, specifically, Yahushua was speaking about Israel. It began with Israelites that were not of the elect, man. It began there. Even when you go to 2 and 9, Revelation 2 and 9 and 3 and 9, when it says about and they who say they are Jews and are not, that began with Israel. Phony ass niggas saying that they were yep. And that's where it began with. Synagogue of Satan, like Nate, Comfy, it begins with, remember where it's going to begin at. It's going to begin at the ancients in the house of the Lord. The ones who say they are Israelites, but they're not because they don't believe in Yahweh.
And to add to that, the ancient meaning guys that been around, so-called been in the truth, like Lahab, he made his comeback, Yeshaya. See, them guys, when we came in, they were like our elders over us. And right now, that even, so-called.
Them guys were never my elders. Them guys were never my elders. My elders was Masha,
King Masha,
Arya, and Yaikwa.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know what? We have to clap. That's right, because realistically, they were false teachers. Because you know what? Realistically, Yeshaya and Lahab, both of them, Yeshaya, Lahab, and especially Kazakh. You know what I'm saying? But they really weren't elders because they weren't really teaching, man. Yeshaya was just telling jokes, and Lahab was just up there talking shit, man. Yeah, he was a Black Panther, man. That's all that was, man. Them guys were just hype men. You know what I'm saying? They were just hype men. You know? Speaking of,
I was nothing but a Black Power Ranger, man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all he was, man. He was just pretty much mimicking Huey Newton and Bobby Seale and these guys.
With a scriptural twist to
it.
With
a scriptural twist. Yeah.
Well, like Nate, going back into Nate, man. Like I said, I wasn't thinking about getting on Nate, but thanks to you, Zika, man. Yeah. And, man, Nate took what he learned from the church, because he did go to the church. He came into Israel, learned about Israel, and he took Israel and intermingled it with the church. Yeah. So that's nothing but a church, a Christian church, because Christ is in their title, with a Hebrew Israelite twist to it. That's all that is, man.
Yeah, that's absolutely
true.
Like
Reverend Price. Yeah. He can put a Hebrew Israelite twist to it. He can twist it into the church, but it's still a church.
Yeah, have them wearing garments.
That's it. But they're still going off, brother.
But you're still going off, and that's all Nate is. Yep. That's all it is, and we're telling you the truth. So that scripture, I'm gonna let you, Apostle. The brother there, Sakaran, was bringing out the scripture, the ancients. So all you guys, you so-called guys that were so-called leaders of Israel, primarily guys like Lahab, Shia, and shit like that, and all the rest of them wicked niggas, Yashawan, and all the rest of them guys, you were top so-called teachers and generals in Israel at one time, but you fell off, and you went into teaching other wayward doctrines. The Lord's going to destroy y'all, man. I mean, we going to destroy you, He's going to kill you, man. That's what's going to happen to you, man. And right now, Arya, we call him High Priest Arya, he's up in that crowd right now too, in Shah. Until the Most High get them out of that. Because Arya, he's standing up there talking about the Comforter, the document, thank God. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High could kill Arya for that, man. You know, you're up there talking about this fat black niggas, the Comforter, man. The God said, and then Arya's endorsing this guy.
Oh, well, you know what I heard? All kind of people there, what do you call that, the Antichrist squad or whatever. I heard a lot of them guys just left. A lot of them guys are just that whole thing, according to what I heard, is just falling apart.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and we ain't seen Rod Gadja. I think Rod Gadja probably, woke up and he split.
Because Rod Gadja, nigga,
cool.
you all about making. Rod Gadja went looking for the new hustle, man. Yeah, that's all Rod Gadja is, man. Rod Gadja probably split. But remember, we noticed from like last year, the year before, with the videos of them that we saw, it was mostly all women. Because a lot of the men just
fat black woman, fat black. Well, another church, Black Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah. See, because women are stupid. You women are stupid dildo heads, and you can run anything over on a woman. Yeah, you can run anything over on a woman. That's Job 39:17. Because the Most High have not departed to her wisdom, neither have he given to her understanding. So a woman, you can run any line of bullshit on. You women are not intelligent.
Yeah, those men you can run against. Right. Nate, look at the game that Nate ran on his zombies, man.
Yeah, man.
Look at the game that Johanna, General Johanna, is running on them guys, including my man Captain Tazariak, man.
Captain Tazariak.
Yeah, and he running a game on you, man.
Yep, Captain Crunch, man. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on, Captain Crunch, man. Because you ain't got no sense. You was about as hollow as one of them Captain Crunch puffs, man. You still following General Yohana, man. And the Lord is gonna kill General Yohana. Yahweh Basham Yahushua gonna kill General Yohana, man. Okay, that's what he gonna do. Just like he gonna kill you too, Zika, man. Because we know for a fact that you ain't no man of the Lord, man. You ain't no man of the Lord. You are not a man of the Lord. Okay, none of you. And the other idiots that kind of roll with you, that big watermelon head, Steve Murdoch, he serves no purpose, man. That dude is he's just out there, man. He's just a watermelon head zombie, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't know if he's coming or going. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gonna get all you guys. The adultery man, Zabak. You still talking about we done Nebuchadnezzar, the Israelite, we ain't gonna deal with it. Like Apostle Tahar said a minute ago. That's wicked, man. Cornelius, yeah, we gotta push that more.
Wait a minute, man. Hey, let your yay be yay or your nay be nay. You can't straddle the fence when it comes to them scriptures, man.
That's right. Look, man, that was a heavy point. We're gonna push that. Cornelius wasn't just the Israelite, he was of the elect.
You gotta start pushing that. You gotta start pushing that. Cornelius is most likely with us right now. And he could be in the New York camp, He could be me. He could be Gabar. He could be he could be any of us, man. He could be from one of the brothers in England. He could be one of the brothers in Texas and Florida and Chi-Town and L.A. and up there in Canada, And you brothers up there in Canada, Toronto, man, let us know what's going on up there, man, because we've been, looking at the alternative news, and basically you guys are starting to experience some hyperinflation, Go to Google and punch in, as Dick Gregory would say, punch in Canadian hyperinflation.
The money system is also.
Then a steak, a regular steak that you get for $5-6. It's $40, man. $37, $38, man.
That's actually $40.
$40, 40 Canadian dollars, man.
Yeah, your brothers got to contact. Yeah, your brothers got to contact us and let us know because we care about our flock.
To let us know what's going on up there, man.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep in contact with him. Matter of fact, you be one of the main guys keep in contact with him and find out what's going on there, man. Do videos on this, man. We're living in the signs of the times, so you do that. You don't do a video about King David played a harp. That ain't the time to be talking about King David. I'm not concerned about King David playing the goddamn harp, man.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. See, Nate would do a video like that. That sounded like a Nate.
Barack did one. Yeah. When he first came, this is the harp. King David played a harp.
Yeah, like Comfy and them. They had the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. This is Israel's contribution to the world. Then they started showing pictures of horns. Blow your horns, Israel.
They had women blowing the horns now. Where's that in the scriptures?
That's not in the scriptures, man.
I shouldn't say that too loud because Nate might do a video. Look, see, you had a woman that blew the trumpet. Because Nate does that, man. He sits down at night scheming, man. How can I get to hard them guys?
He told us he watches all of our videos.
That's how much it's worth. It's half of what the dollar's worth. Yeah, so they're experiencing hyperinflation because the Canadian dollar is pretty much only worth half of what it used to be worth. Like right now, you can convert a U.S. dollar into 1.4376, which is about almost $1.50 for $1 U.S. dollar to a Canadian dollar. So if you try to convert a Canadian dollar into a U.S. dollar, you got to give a
65-70 cents.
so about 65-70 cents. So you have to pay about almost $1.50 for $1 U.S. dollar. So if you try to convert a Canadian dollar to U.S. dollar, you're gonna pay at least like about $70 more. 70 cents more, than you would for a regular, U.S. dollar. So that's what's causing that hyperinflation, and you see it in the prices, so because it's the value of the dollar going down.
Bring up that article, like when we went there years ago in the early '90s. I went up there, then I went up there again maybe 2 years later, and I was trying to explain it to the brothers how the Canadian dollar works. I think it's called a loonie. I think that's the actual name of the dollar, loonie. And I was trying to explain it, and them guys that went up with me when we went up to Canada the second time, they really didn't understand the dollar. I said it was easy. And at that time, if you had 100 American dollars or Federal Reserve notes, you would get back approximately $135, almost $140, and it would go up $1, maybe go down 50 cents. So I explained it to them guys, but at one time, maybe going back maybe 3-4 years ago, the Canadian dollar was equal to the so-called American dollar. So now it's going back to the way it was back in the day. So now this is the best time. If you're going on looking to go vacation, the best place to go is to goddamn Canada, man. Because your dollar goes a long way.
All right. This is on Before It's News. It says this is Before It's News. And then it says the thing it says Canadians panic as food prices soar on collapsing currency. This is dated Wednesday, January 13, 2016. It says it was just yesterday when we documented the continuing sliding in the loonie. The loonie, yep. Which is suffering mightily in the face of oil's inexorable decline. And that's the reason why that particular currency is going down.
Yeah, because Canada is a major oil exporter, meaning they make their capital from oil. Now it's, I believe, Saudi Arabia, them Arab nations, they're bringing down the prices artificially. So what that does is it destroys the monetary value of these different countries like Venezuela, Canada, because they rely on that oil. They rely on people to pay $3 and something. So now that it's under $2, they have to sell at a cheaper price. So that oil, that one thing, oil is destroying a lot of these countries' economy. And then that's all part of the scriptures.
Yeah, Dubai too was another one. They were thriving when the gas prices were like almost $4. They were thriving, but then as soon as it started going down, they started suffering. That's why they had to stop a lot of those projects that they had going on in that country. It says, as regular readers are no doubt acutely aware, Canada is struggling through a dramatic economic adjustment, especially in Alberta, the heart of the country's oil patch. Amid the ongoing crude carnage, the province has seen soaring property crime, rising food bank usage, and, sadly, elevated suicide rates. So people are killing themselves. As Albertans struggled, and that's coming to America.
That's why that's a major piece of news. Why isn't CNN talking about it? Why isn't Don Lemon doing a special on it, man?
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, they covered that storm. You know, you covered that storm. Breaking news. You know, you all day yesterday. You know, you were covering the news on the storm. How come you're not covering the storm of the Looney up there in Canada? It says, as Albertans struggle to comprehend how things up north could have gone south, so to speak, so quickly, the plunging Looney can only serve to worsen the death of the Canadian dream, we said on Tuesday. Okay, they mentioned.
Okay, what did they say? Anything?
Yeah, they said suicide rate.
You got the.
Suicide rate in Alberta, I guess it is.
Alberta, yep.
Suicide rate in Alberta. Oil patches 30% high. Then they say shalom. So shalom to your brothers out there in Canada.
Shalom.
You know, GMS Winnipeg. So that's show you that's the spirit, man.
Hey, the ball is in Canada's court. GMS Canada. You know, whether they be in Toronto, Winnipeg, Montreal, however many camps are out there, man. Now it's time for you brothers to shine. You know, put them videos up, man, and then send them out, man, because you are right there. Now it's time for you to do the on location spots. Ask people. You know how we do, man. We go to different locations. We might interview people, you know, and then you simply link them up to the scriptures, you know.
All right, it says, as it turns out, we were exactly right. The currency's decline is having a pronounced effect on Canadians' grocery bills. As Bloomberg reminds us, Canada imports around 80% of its fresh fruits and vegetables. When the loonie slides, prices for those goods soar, with lower-income households tending to spend a larger portion of income on food. This side effect of a soft currency brings them the most acute stress, Bloomberg continues. Of course, with the layoffs piling up, you can expect more households to fall into the lower income category where they will have to fight to afford things like $3 cucumbers, $8 cauliflower, and $15 frosted flakes. Damn. You know, frosted flakes, I mean, because back in the days, even in America, I mean, now it's like $4, $4 or $5 for a box of cereal here. And that's a lot, yeah.
It says here, right? I put in Canadian dollar, and it said the first story that came up. It says $1 Canadian equals 0.71 US dollar, meaning, if you have $71 US, you go up to Canada, you're gonna get $100. All right. So the US dollar is far greater than the Canadian dollar. Now they have a chart here, and it says back in mid 2011, going into 2012, the Canadian dollar was pretty much equal to the U.S. dollar. A jump to 2016 is down to 0.71 cent. So that's a problem. That's a major problem. That's why prices don't go up. It's the value of the dollar that goes down. That's what people don't understand.
It says you get 2 cucumbers for $6. So that's $3 a cucumber. When they sell them here, when you go to the supermarket, you be bitching about 50 cents or $1. 115 grams, a small thing of black pepper, $18.99. $18.99. 100 ounces of Tide, $31.99. And then somebody put a tweet. They said, "Oh my God, the price of groceries in Canada right now. What is this? The Great Depression?" Well, like my man Gerald Salente says, it's going to be the greatest depression, you know, because this thing is coming, you know, and that's just a